How we doing, everyone? Welcome back to the support video. This is part 2. We're going to focus on items, warding for barons and dragons, oracle timings, how to peel CC, and what you do in the late part of the game. Saying that, a lot of people think support late game sits in the way back and goes, "Yes! Go team! I have faith in you." But that is so far off, guys. You have to be constantly getting in there. You have to be CCing, using your exhaust on proper targets. You don't just throw it anymore. It is now about the high priority target. You are supposed to be really active this entire time. If you can draw attention to yourself as a support, that is like super duper. So please, guys, let's focus on being a support, being active all the way through the game, and just making a difference in these team games. Support is a really important role, so let's focus on it. Start part 2. The first thing a support wants to do is when he gets to lane, he wants to throw wards up. However, because of a previous engagement, we already know that Elise started red. So, thinking that if Elise is red, right now she's headed to blue, she's not even there yet. I don't have to ward, and I can be as aggressive as I want bot lane. So immediately I hook in Italy and we go for the kill. I don't have to ward, I don't have to really worry about it for about 3.5 minutes before I have to worry that maybe Elise is back down bot. After we get the kill, I wait a few seconds, and then I decide that in about 20 seconds Elise could be bot. So then I put the ward in the try, and everything goes on as normal. In the lane right now, they have creep advantage, which means the wave is going to push to our tower. I have a ward in river by dragon, so no one can come down from river. I also have a ward in the top bush of the lane, so no gains can come from the lane. Right now, I don't have to ward Thresh's bush. He can sit in there all he wants. We're going to pull back. We're not going to take any poke. We're not going to take any free damage, just because we don't have to. We can sit back, wait for the minions to push to us, and farm off tower. This will cut down on the wards that you have to use to protect yourself in lane. Let's talk about warding objectives. Corki has a pink ward in front of dragon, so when I put down a green ward, he is able to clear it. However, there's a sneaky place I can throw it. I'm going to throw a green ward in between the rocks. This makes it so he has to pink ward inside of dragon pit to clear it. Now the other side, it doesn't work so well. However, if you throw again the green ward into the bottom rocks, you can see dragon and he can't see it with the pink ward unless he puts it directly in the pit. When taking objectives, vision is key. It is everything. Right now we have a ward in between race and dragon. We have a ward a little bit directly above me and one behind dragon. This is going to make sure no one can throw an ability or come up to dragon without me knowing about it. I want to be able to react to any situation ahead of time. Waiting for the last second to react throws things up to chance. However, with perfect vision, we can take dragon stress-free. When you take Baron, it is important that you have complete vision again. So right now we have a ward in this lane. That's going to make it so we can see him when approaching there. I'm going to throw a ward by their blue buff, which is going to let us see if they come from there. And also at the same time, I'm clearing with an oracles. Oracles is very important. If you don't know what they know, then you don't know how to prepare yourself. So they have no wards right now. So as soon as I clear Baron, immediately J4 jumps in there. There's no danger and we can go full force. As my team clears Baron, I'm going to put wards down. This again is giving us complete vision. They don't know where we are. They can assume, but again, they don't know exactly how much life he has, what we do, but we know everything. Keep that advantage. Vision is everything. Do not die killing a ward. It is not worth it. Right now, I'm just going to run away from Nasus. It's not important. The important information is I know where their wards are and I can take them when I want to. That is why we buy in oracles. That's the advantage. Knowing what they know and being able to take that advantage away from them. Throwing wards over their wall when you assault their base gives you just a little bit of a peek into what opportunities might arise. So right now, my team's pushing bot and mid, so I can see Ezreal running through, and I'm going to run over here and throw a hook. I grab him, we don't kill him, but we still do a lot of damage, scare him, and he can't take that path again. Alright, let's go back to CC and lane control. Here, Nami uses her bubble on Lucian. He's gonna hit Lucian, but Twitch is too far to take advantage of the crowd control Nami just used. That's her one crowd control. So as soon as Lucian drops down, we now can go right onto Nami, and during my crowd control, Lucian is going to be able to do full damage. This is why we win this team fight. Not because Nami didn't hit her skill shot, but because she used it at an inopportune time. As a support, your CC is your most valuable tool. Here, I'm trying to bait out Draven's flash, so I'm going to use things that he can't dodge. So I'm going to use my exhaust first, and then my knockup, and then my box. Now he has to use his flash, but I have kept my hook the entire time, hook him back into my teammate, and we get the kill. Using your CC to its fullest will help you get the most out of your champion. In this encounter, Thresh has his lantern down, lands a hook, flays Twitch, and then Tristana jumps on him. Huge amount of damage. I'm going to freeze it right here. A common mistake would be to run. However, they just used everything they had. So now it's our turn to show them how much damage we can do. And so immediately we turn on them. I'm going to use Exhaust on Tristana to mitigate the rest of her damage. Now I'm going to land Bubble. Again, they have nothing they can do. She can't jump, they can't hook, they can't lantern. They can't do anything but die to us. Now, at the end here, we do have a couple flashes go off, but that's not important. The important thing was you exchange damage. After they did their damage, we did our damage, and we did more. Late game as a support, you don't want to be too far back that you're not part of the play. You don't want to be too far forward that they kill you instantly. So here Nasus is chasing down my Orianna. I'm going to use my slow attack to make it so he has a harder time, and when he gets up there, I'm going to exhaust him. He has officially thrown himself out of position and done 0 damage. We turn on him and kill him. Now Ziggs, who's going to back him up, is too far forward. So I'm going to do a flash cheeky bubble and try to catch him. It luckily pays off, but again, the principles are there. I'm trying to make plays, I'm trying to do things for my team, and I'm staying active. Don't just sit in the back and be a cheerleader. Do things during the entire game and win games for your team. When you get into a big, crazy team fight where abilities are being thrown everywhere and summoners, it is important that you stick to the basics. Keep your ADC alive. Here, I'm just going to keep knocking up Cho'Gath. There's 1 knock-up. Now we run. Now when he turns away, I'm going to use my Shurelya's, give my ADC a little bit more room, and then I'm going to hook someone in. Here's 2 knock-ups, and we're going to run away again. We're kiting their team and doing damage. Here's the 3rd knock-up on Cho'Gath. I am making sure he knows he will never touch my ADC. That is my entire goal, to make sure that Twitch can do as much damage, there's 4, as he possibly can. And at the very end, I knock him up again just to tell him he will never accomplish his goal. Exhaust mitigates 30% of the damage done by a champion for 2.5 seconds. This is a huge thing late game. I exhaust Ahri as she does all this damage to me, and I barely survive with about 15%. It's very important that you use your exhaust on high damage targets at the end of the game. In this clip, I use my exhaust to make sure that Zed's ultimate can't kill Ahri. It might not have saved her life, but again, the principle is there. Exhaust the high damage target and save your team. As a support late game, I love Shurelya's and Mikhail's. The reason why is because Cleanse is used on Caitlyn, but then she gets taunted by Shen. I use my Mikhail so she's able to continue to orb walk and not take damage from Shen. It's really important that you peel, use Mikhail's, use Shurelya's to give your team as many advantages as you possibly can. They are amazing items and are really underused a lot in the public scene. Use them as much as you can to save your ADC. In this clip, they're trying to get to Varus. We're going to use Shurelya's and run away from them so that Jax can get behind their team. As soon as Jax gets behind their team, we turn around and try to initiate. We do miss the Varus ultimate, however, Amumu has flash ultimate and everything kind of works out fine. But again, this is between Shurelya's, Mikhail's, True Ice. All these items have great actives that are very, very important in team fights if you can use them correctly. Give them a shot, find which ones you like and which ones you don't like. Kind of the last thing I want to talk about in part 2, when you go back, have your ADC go back and vice versa. Go back together so when you get back to lane, it's not a 1v2 situation. Thank you everyone for watching. That's going to wrap up part 2. Part 3 will be out on Monday. We're going to do it ADC and support mixed together. The reason for that is because there's a lot of combos you can do as ADC and support that are really important that we should talk about. Also, next week on Wednesday, I'm going to do a subscriber stream, which is going to be coaching someone. I already picked the person, but every week I'm going to coach someone new, help them out, try to help you guys out at the end of Season 3. So, let someone know about these videos, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.